But do they? It's beyond their abilities. It really don't. We know they really don't. It's all a front for show. They do it all for show. They set the world on fire. They let it burn slow. I was just cruising the streets. I was looking for something to eat. I'm trying to get me some sleep. I'm trying to make it for me. My family struggling for peace. My family needs to be got. My family eating they sleep. My family eating the streets. My family. It's a PSA announcement. They say they care, but they really don't. Kamikaze twist and turn like inferno. They keep on blaming the media and blaming the government. You say you want freedom, do you really know?
Good morning.
You rights away and then you give them more. Money coming in different ways. Don't say you're poor.
What up, Sadie?
Don't say you helping these kids and then you close the door. You ain't no better than politicians, you hypocrites. You just power to make the change you make. Always talking, you saying, and ain't saying much. They still ain't care, but do they really know? It's beyond their abilities.
Good morning, feeling good, huh?
It's all a front for show.
A little hot.
They do it all for show. They set the world on fire. They let it burn slow. They set the world
This
on
morning
fire.
star
They let it burn
and
slow.
yes, morning Rick.
They set the world on fire. They let it burn slow. Your left arm in, you take your left arm out.
That.
Put your right hand in, and then you shake it all about.
Hey, let's go.
You on down.
That's what it's all about.
Hey, Humpty Dumpty and the seven walk.
Right. Had a great fall.
All the king horses and all the king men.
Hey.
Put them back
Hey.
together again. Don't be so basic and practice on your greatness. Life don't work like that. Gotta be amazing. I've been down and out. I know what it takes to be on top right now. I know I'm your favorite. I am. That's right. NJ6, but it's an insurrection.
Yes. Yes, I do zero in on the most important. You're right.
I got master triggered in a state of shock, cause the time has come. The Proud Boys got 22 for seditious conspiracy. What happened to Back the Blue? He told you to march to the Capitol and he would be there too. Officers died and they wanted to hang him too.
Yeah, good morning, Tyra.
He beat Trump too. You say you wanted the truth.
Good morning, City. Swerve, and I see your brother sneaking in. Facts still matter, brother. I see ya. Listen, I know you all can't stay that long. Alright. Nope, I don't want to do that. Yeah. They see it as preparation. Tell them, President Biden. No, they don't.
They do not believe in the rule of law. They do not recognize the will of the people.
They don't.
They refuse to accept the results of a free election.
They do. They don't. All right, let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we do. You know, we're going straight into the belly of the beast this morning.
It's like I'm stuck in time.
Cut it out. Where are the Russian bears? You know the Russian bears are out here. Dark ends. Greetings, Boss Diva, CC Bear.
It's me, Zeus. It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks. I'm like the Terminator screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when
Alright,
I'm
it's
not
showtime. Happy Monday, ladies and gentlemen.
Like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it. Look at my grass.
Right click bait, look at my grass. Click bait.
I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen when you're rich and famous. That algorithm turned me to a maniac. Mexican guru, shout out. Let's go. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. And if they is my ex, that mean they left me. They don't get replies and they text me. I say it with my chest cause I mean it. Got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited. Call me the master with a new whip. I'ma take off in a spaceship.
Here we go.
I'll tell you what, I haven't gone into Zeus's live in a couple of days. That shit was radical. It was horrible. I'm like, Zeus has gone way off the rails.
It's like deja vu.
Gets me every time.
It's like deja vu.
Cut it out, conservative
It's like
plan.
deja vu. It's like deja vu.
Cut it out, conservative plan. Cut it out. All right, let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday, right? What is today's date? Oh my gosh, time is flying this year, isn't it? It's November 27th. Wow, we are already in the good. Thank you, Miss Boss Diva. We're already in the final stretch of November, ladies and gentlemen, and then before you know it, we'll probably be in December. All right, and so let's get started with Monday's show. I'm going to try to keep it light and right, all right, because I got other things to do. So we're going to get straight to it. For those of you who do not know who I am, I go by the name of Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H, okay? And why do they call me Triple H? Well, it's quite simple, ladies and gentlemen. The first H stands for honest. There's nobody more honest than me, all right? Listen, it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. If you ask me a question, most likely you're going to get 100% honest feedback, all right? And along those lines, I got something to say. You might want to buckle up before you ask Zeus a question because, the honesty will definitely shock you. All right, so that's the first H. The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I'm humble. There's nobody more humble than me. I love you all as well. There's nobody more humble than me. Listen up. If I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize. I'll cut in front of, the line of people that got to apologize, right? I'm going to cut in front of those people. I'm going to say, oops, sorry, I got to get in front of you. I got to get in front of you. And then I'm going to get to the front of the line, and then I'm going to be the first one to apologize because that's how humble I am, all right? And now listen, just because I hurt your feelings, that does not mean I'm wrong, okay? Sometimes you just end up getting your feelings hurt. But, if I am wrong, like I said, I will be the first to apologize. Thank you, Gina. I appreciate that. And then the last H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am and will always remain the most handsome. Sorry, Nutty. The milk's gone bad, champ. All right, all right. And so now that that's out of the way, I want to get started. Now, many of you know what we do on this side of town. What we do on this side of town, ladies and gentlemen, is very, very special. All right. We hold our friends on the right accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds, as well as their leader, Donald J. Trump. All right? And so listen up, you Trump supporters. I don't know. Hold on a second. All right. So listen up, MAGA. If you are allergic to facts, or as my good friend Brother Swervin once says, you're lactose intolerant. All right? I'm going to give you an opportunity to leave this live exit stage. That way you're not going to have a terrible morning, all right? Because if you sit here and subject yourself to all of this truth that's going to come out between myself and a lot of the panelists who have the courage to get in the box, it's definitely going to sour the mood, all right? It's going to spoil your breakfast. I know a lot of you are out there right now possibly eating your breakfast. I don't know where you got it from, but you've been crying and watching Fox News all weekend. You've been going in and out of these lives on TikTok with these fake TikTok hosts, these fake TikTok lawyers and attorneys, these Russian bears, and you've been radicalized. And then what happened? You did a hop, skip, and a jump, and you ended up in a Zeus live, and all that stuff you've been told you're going to find out was lies, right? So I'll give you an example. If you're one of these people that think President Biden somehow stole the 2020 election, right? You can't believe that President Biden came out 84 million votes. So how did he do that? That was more votes than Barack Obama. Right. If you still one of those people that think Nancy Pelosi and Ray Epps planned the attack on the Capitol on January 6th, right? And while they planned it, Donald Trump took his silly behind to become a victim of their plan because he was so smart, right? If you're one of those people that think somehow President Biden is guilty of crimes, him and Hillary Clinton, I got some bad news for you. You're lactose intolerant and you are a prime candidate for the ultimate MAGA reward. And you know what the ultimate MAGA reward is over here? Jail. And if you don't get your soul right, hell. And I have no problem sending MAGA straight to hell where they belong. None. Now, a lot of you might say I'm being mean. Thank you, Rick. A lot of you might say, Zeus, you're being mean. You're spreading hate. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't always used to be like this, right, Ange? We didn't always used to be like this with MAGA. We used to be a lot kinder. See, I wouldn't have said a lot of this. I wouldn't have said this 3 weeks ago, MAGA. I really wouldn't have said it 3 weeks ago, maybe 10 weeks ago, right? But now we gotta be this way because the gloves are off.
Everyone knows and I wouldn't have said this 3 weeks ago. I wouldn't have said it. I was actually very kind to him. I was very kind to him, but now we can't be kind anymore because the gloves are off. The jar has been opened.
The gloves are off, and the jar has been opened, MAGA, and you opened it. You know, you were twisting the top around. I'll give it to you. You were playing with the top all throughout Donald Trump's administration, MAGA. You were playing with the top. We kept saying, don't open the jar. Don't open the jar, MAGA. All right. What did MAGA do? Did they listen to us? No. MAGA decided to do whatever they wanted to do, right? They did, right? Boss Diva, CC, right? And I know. So MAGA opened the jar on January 6th. When they opened up the jar on January 6th, we saw them attack our democracy. We saw the Proud Boys, all right? We saw the Patriot Front. We saw the Oath Keepers and all of these groups of MAGA demons attacking our country. They paraded through the Capitol with a Confederate flag. They put their boots, their dirty, disgusting boots, on Nancy Pelosi's desk. They stole wallets. They attacked our Capitol. And to this day, these same folks will get out here on social media and say it was a peaceful protest. So because that's what you did, MAGA, I'm going to keep doing what I do. All right? No, I don't want to hear from any of you Trump supporters. If you're a Trump supporter, this is not an opportunity for you to be heard this morning. This is an opportunity for you to do one thing. And you know what that is, right, Miss Boss Diva? Right? MAGA, in this broadcast, you need to sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast. And that's what you got to do in order to get on the right side of history. Now, before I get into today's topic, today I'm going to talk about, I'm going to gloss over what a second Trump administration will look like. And the reason I feel this is very important to do is because clearly we have, and I'm going to have to do this. I think us Democrats, we're going to have a conversation with all of these other Democrats in the closet of truth, right? Because some people right now have amnesia. I'm going to say it's amnesia, or perhaps they're too emotional. And now we have folks that I used to look up to that are saying they can't vote for President Biden now. This is what they're saying. Yeah, I know. Don't boo me. Don't boo me. Would you rather me lie to you? No. We have, like, I understand why Trump supporters don't want to support, Biden. But now we got folks out here who voted for Biden, and they say I can't vote for Biden because they're upset about what's going on in the Middle East. All right, and so I said, oh my God, it seems like we're gonna have to have we're gonna have to have a closet of truth session so that we can all get a very firm understanding of what life will be like if you decide to do something, and it's your right to do, but either you're not going to vote for Biden and you're going to vote for Donald Trump, or you're just going to sit this one out, or you're going to vote third party. And you know what this game is like, right? Ultimately, when you make those decisions, you run a very high risk of basically ensuring that Donald Trump ends up back in the White House. All of you out there, if you are so upset about what's happening now, in the event, I didn't think this could be possible, but in the event that former President Trump, defendant Donald Trump, 91 felony charges, Donald Trump ends up in the White House, I want you all to remember this moment where you decided, you know what, because I was so upset with Biden, I basically gave Donald Trump another opportunity to finish off, what he did in his first term, which we all know ended in a very nasty way. The pandemic is the signature ending of Donald Trump's presidency, but it was getting nasty way before the pandemic. Because Donald Trump has made it crystal clear that this second term in office, he's not going in here for any other reason than retribution. He's not, Donald, yeah, he's definitely bitter. He's angry, and he's not hiding what he's going to do once he gets back in the White House. All right? And if you think resolving conflicts between countries is something President Biden somehow can do by getting on the phone and saying, "Hey, you two, cut it out. We're the United States." If you think that's how this goes, you need to do what I'm telling these Trump supporters to do. You need to sit your special behinds down and listen to this special broadcast too. You're dealing with real powerful people all over this country, all over this world. While yes, I believe the United States is definitely one of the greatest countries on this planet, I am not one of those people that believes that somehow the United States of America has the ability to tell every single country what to do. No. Okay? This is why you need somebody in the White House that is mature, that understands foreign policy, that understands government, all right? And along those lines, also understands that, I might not get it right every time, but the last thing I'm going to do is spend my time all on social media attacking our country, which is what Donald Trump will do. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I got this to say. As we stand at a critical juncture in our nation's history, it is essential that we carefully consider the path that lies before us. The decision we make in this upcoming election will undoubtedly shape the course of this country for years to come. Think about your family. Think about your grandchildren. For all of you out there who are selfish right now, you're being extremely selfish. I mean, it's your right, but you're being extremely selfish. Sitting back here, they come up with these names like Genocide Joe. This is what they call him, Genocide Joe. You're no better than Donald Trump and MAGA. I thought about this long and hard over the weekend. You're no better than Donald Trump and MAGA. And as a matter of fact, I would argue some of you, are very, very dangerous for this country, right? And the reason that you're dangerous is because a lot of people, and I know I'm going to catch a lot of flack about this, but I'm saying it because I think we need to have a closet of truth discussion and start opening up these conversations. A lot of folks out here, when you play the middle, when you're in the middle, the Bible has a good part. If you're lukewarm, he's going to spit you out. You either need to be hot or cold. If you make it clear, if you don't like what Biden is doing and you have a problem, then you have to come to the table with a solution. All right? And if your solution doesn't satisfy the problem, then you have to then acknowledge that you have a failed solution. So if you vote third party and that is not the solution, then you are supporting a failed solution, which means you're contributing to the problem. You get what I'm saying? So this is why we got to have this conversation. So it is my duty to address the potential implications of a second term under the leadership of former President Donald Trump. A second term under President Trump would undoubtedly bring about nasty changes across various aspects of our nation. From economic policies to foreign relations, the impact would be far-reaching. The administration's failures in these areas, all right, including economic growth and job creation, would likely continue. With the continuation of, deregulation and so-called tax reforms aimed at benefiting Donald Trump and his buddies at the expense of American people. On the international stage, a second Trump term would likely see a continuation of the administration's so-called America First foreign policy, which I translated to mean Donald Trump first, right? Because we all know Donald Trump thinks he's above the Constitution. This means continued efforts to renegotiate trade deals assert Trump's, not America's, interests in global affairs. You know, he's going to be trying to get more Trump towers, more golf courses, more foreign deals with more money from the Saudis. You know what him and Jared Kushner did, right? Interest in global affairs and prioritizing his security over the sovereignty of our nation. A second Trump administration will no doubt bring about continued tensions with all of our allies and our adversaries, potentially reshaping the geopolitical landscape in unforeseen ways. Domestically, we might see further efforts to see him try to address issues such as immigration reform, healthcare, and God knows what else, right? His administration has already expressed a commitment to securing the nation's borders, all right? Reforming the immigration system and somehow addressing healthcare affordability, which we all know never happened. Whatever happened to repeal and replace, right? All of which he failed to do during his first term and most likely will fail to do again. All right, a second Trump term would also bring about its fair share of challenges and uncertainties. The deeply divided political climate in our country would likely persist. You remember the BLM riots, right? You remember the George Floyd stuff. That ain't going nowhere. That's not going nowhere. Get ready. And when if it should happen because Trump got into office, you know, we're going to still do all we can to protect democracy, but we're going to have to start assigning accountability amongst you folks who decided, you know what, I'm going to sit this one out because I don't like what President Biden is doing. Yeah, nobody said this was going to be easy. No one said saving the democracy of the United States was going to be easy. No one said that. Additionally, questions about the future of healthcare, environmental regulations, and social issues will remain at the forefront. He will not be focused on these areas at all. Instead, he will be focused on retribution for his MAGA base, as well as implementing, Project 25. All right. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, it is crucial. I must say this. It is very crucial for us to engage this as citizens of this country, and we must be very careful in terms of how we evaluate the potential ramifications of a second term under Donald Trump's leadership. All right. We really must consider the implications of our economy, our national security, and the values that define us as a nation. All right. So as we approach the election, it is imperative that we really engage in thoughtful, informed discussions and exercise our right to vote in a manner that reflects our vision for the future against this great nation. And that means we must do all we can to keep Donald J. Trump out of office. All right. And I do mean that. And if you ask me what's the most important thing we must do in this country, where we are currently boots on the ground here in the United States, as much as there's problems going on in every country on the world, you must acknowledge that those countries, Palestine and Israel, those aren't the only countries where children are suffering. You do know that, right? You do know that. You got children right here suffering. Every week I go out here and I have to, provide volunteer work to help feed these kids out here. And this is out here in the state of California. You got work to do right here. What you look like, imagine, you got a whole household to feed and take care of. Your wife looking at you, your children are looking at you, and every day they see you get up and you go out here and take care of somebody else's family. But you turn your back on your family and you say, well, I'll get to you, but I got to go take care. What do you think that looks like? All right. So this is why I say y'all need to really sit y'all special behinds down and listen to this special broadcast. So ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Donald Trump his first round of booze and shame today, because we know what a second Trump term will look like, and it'll be 2 to 3 times worse than his first term, right? So let's give Donald Trump a round of booze and shame. All right. Now we're kicking this show off. All right. Okay. I mean, I'm still going to bring the hammer of truth down on these Trump supporters, but oh yeah, I see that there's a lot of dissension in the comments. All right, all right, all right, all right. So let's get started with today's topics. All right, all right. First topic is, and this to me, this is just beyond me. All right. Donald Trump gets called out for what does he get called out for? Or slamming Steve Jobs' widow, Laureen Powell, over her stake in a magazine. What an utter loser! This is nasty. Laureen Powell, billionaire philanthropist of widow and Apple legend Steve Jobs. This is her right here, ladies and gentlemen. Has come under fire from Donald Trump over the Atlantic magazine. The former president took to his social media platform, Truth Social, to mock the publication in which Powell's Jobs company owns a majority stake. What he posted, this is what he said. It's so good to see how badly the third-rate magazine, The Atlantic, is doing. It's failing at a level seldom seen before, even in the publishing business. All right. This is what the leading candidate of the Republican Party wrote, Donald Trump's. They've got a rich person funding the ridiculous losses, but at some point, rich people get smart. Steve Jobs, this is what he said. Steve Jobs would not be proud of his wife, Laureen, and the way she is spending his money. He continued, adding, the radical left is destroying America. This is what he does, though. He's attacking women on the internet. How do you attack a widowed wife? This is how low Donald Trump has gone, MAGA. This is who you will have as president, to my fellow Democrats out there. If you do not put President Biden back in, this is the person that will be in the White House. And this kind of conduct, this is what we're going to be dealing with. Someone went on and said, there is no slight too petty for him to pick up on and whine about. What an utter loser. Another person says, it takes a weak and insecure individual to talk about a dead man's living wife. Right, right. Another person says, how many businesses and casinos has he bankrupt? Right, right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's do it. Let's get our good morning shade. Let's get those boos and shame together. All right, for Donald Trump again. Because no matter how low Donald Trump goes, he knows that he can go lower. He always finds a way to go lower than he's ever went, right? So let's give Donald Trump another round of boos and shame. Well, wait a second. I see there's some dissension in the comments right now. Wait a second. There's people out there that are disagreeing with me. You think I'm a little too mean? You think this is somehow me spewing hate? Well, listen up. Maybe you didn't hear what I said earlier. If you don't like this live, if you don't like this broadcast, you know what you can do. You can leave.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
And I do mean that, MAGA. I really do mean that. And not anybody else that has a problem with what President Biden is doing right now. Pack your bags and go ahead and leave. Try what you're doing here. Go try it in another country like perhaps North Korea. All right? China or Russia. I guarantee you will be crawling on your knees to get back here to be under President Biden. I guarantee it. All right, this is why I gotta say, it ain't tight, but it's right. All right, let's move on. Let's move on, ladies and gentlemen. This is for you, attacking and friends. Attacking. I know you like this stuff because we got a Christian mayor out there, ladies and gentlemen, who we now know is also a Russian operative. You know who she is, right? Let me see if we can get this Christian bear to give us a bit of some wise words. You know what she says.
Hold on. You poke the bear. You poke the bear. You're gonna get the bear.
I gotta give it to him. I gotta give it to him. She's definitely one of the bravest and strongest of the bears. All right. I mean, this is how they get down, and so we're gonna have to call it like we see it when we run across those bears. I want to make sure we touch on this. Donald Trump thinks evangelicals have no control over him anymore, and will fall in line come 2024. So this goes out to all you so-called Christians, right? You at first, you thought it was you that was putting Trump in office, right? Trump, we're giving you the power. Now Trump is saying, thank you for bestowing that onto me. Now I am your God, and you will worship me. So now you Trump supporters that are calling yourselves Christians, you've been once again found to be caught in a nasty situation. Because listen up, Donald Trump appears to be aware that his far right policies aren't going to work in the general election against Joe Biden. So he is ready to begin moderating himself when it comes to women's rights. All right. People familiar who say Trump has privately complained about anti-abortion leaders and said he should be able to do whatever he wants on the issue. Donald Trump, believes that they have no leverage. He's talking about the Christians. Donald Trump believes the Christians have no leverage to force him to do what they want him to do. Absolutely not. All right. The right voting evangelicals are well known for mobilizing and helping elect Republican candidates and pass ballot measures. But Trump sees himself as the only game in town and doesn't want to kowtow to them anymore. This is what goes on. For his years in office, Donald Trump pretended to be a very faithful Christian despite his ignorance about the Bible, Christianity, and Jesus. It was just this week a new book revealed Trump trashed Iowa evangelicals as he was mocked for referring to the biblical chapter 2 Corinthians as 2 Corinthians. Remember he said that? Whoa, you Christians are really in a lot of hot water. All right. When Cruz's allies began using the 2 Corinthians line to attack him in the final days before the Iowa caucuses, Trump told one Iowa Republican official, this is what Trump says, these so-called Christians hanging around with Ted are some real pieces of shit. I gotta keep it clean. He said the evangelicals were pieces of shit. Wow. No fear. He doesn't fear what's going to happen because he knows no matter what you're going to vote for him, right? You Russian bears. In private, over the coming years, Trump would use even more colorful language to describe the evangelical community. All right. Trump has mocked certain disloyal and out-of-touch leaders in the movement for tacitly supporting Florida governor and GOP presidential candidate Ron DeSantis, who has failed to loosen Trump's grip on the party, sources have said. The campaign has already turned to look past the primary elections, which haven't been held yet, and they are now focusing on the general election. Quote, they think they can somehow run the former president as a supposed moderate. All right. Based on his position on abortion, despite putting 3 anti-choices on the United States Supreme Court, flooding U.S. federal courts with similar ideology inclined the judges. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me because Donald Trump has proven, because we all know Donald Trump is the devil himself, right? Or he definitely hired the devil to work for him because, some people say he's more evil than the devil. And he's got these Christians now worshiping him. Look at him. And now they're in a bit of a pickle. They can't do anything with him because he knows that he is their daddy. He's clickbait's daddy. He's Bushmaster's daddy. He's Janae's daddy. He's Snuggles' daddy. And they can't do anything about it. No matter what he said. Daddy said, I need some more money. You better go to that bank account and get daddy his money. Daddy said he needs some new shoes. You better go get daddy some new shoes, you Christians, you so-called Christians, you liars. Daddy said he better get your vote. All right. And guess what you better do? You better get on your knees and pray and vote for Daddy. Daddy said he needs a new diaper. You better get ready to change his diaper, all of you so-called Christians. So join me in giving Donald Trump and his so-called Christians another round of booze and shame, because you know what? Donald Trump is the devil, and he's revealed that these Christians that worship him are now worshiping the devil, which means they're not really Christians, right? Thank you, Donald Trump. Give him the booze and shame. A lot of people think I'm being mean and I'm saying meanful things about MAGA. Nope, I'm just telling you what's out there. This is how we all see Donald Trump over here. Yeah, this is why we got to do all we can to make sure he doesn't get in the White House. Could you imagine all the MAGA demons in the White House this second round? He's going to definitely have the mark of the beast up in there. He's going to all 7 seals in the book of Revelation. Donald Trump's going to make sure he alone breaks them himself, right? Because he's clearly a demon. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. All right. Let's see. Where are we at now, ladies and gentlemen? All right. I was going to touch on another issue, but you know, we are pressed for time. All right. So we're going to see if I can do this. And if I can't, I'll double back. But one thing is this. Oh my gosh. You know, every time I talk to a MAGA demon, for some reason, when we start talking about some of Donald Trump's accomplishments, is it me or is it they like to bring up things that are race related, right? You know, oh, he gave money to the HBUs, as if I care. Listen, MAGA, just because you can point to a few situations where Donald Trump had some interactions with people of color, it's not going to change my opinion about him. All right. So at least when you're talking to me, don't bring up the HBUs, HBCUs and stuff. Don't bring up none of that First Step Act and stuff. I don't want to hear about that. That stuff ain't affecting Zeus. That ain't why I'm up here every morning. No. You keep that to yourself. And that by don't think that because you can recall those things. And by the way, you know, the money he gave to the HBUs, it was money they already had that was taken away by Congress that he ended up giving back. So it wasn't like he went into his pocket and did anything. If you MAGA folks out there, you know, they like to bring up President Biden and the crime bill, the 94 crime bill, which we all know was a bipartisan bill that was passed that included folks that were black in it that helped pass it, right? But they want to put it all on President Biden and try to make it look like Biden is the one that's racist and somehow Donald Trump and his supporters aren't. This one's for you. All right? This one's for you because this definitely is what I already know about MAGA. Yeah, I see there's some dissension in the comment section. Still, what?
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
right?
If you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
I call Pat. Oh, wait. Ooh, somebody asked me a good question. They said, and this is Maddo Mama. What do you know about MAGA people? I know a lot about MAGA people. I'm the MAGA whisperer. Good question. Why do you call MAGA people demons? Good question. I call them MAGA demons, right? Because there's a strong demonic force over the minds of a lot of these Trump supporters, in case you didn't know that. And this demonic force can be tied to scripture, right? Because in the Bible, it says, you know, God will allow you to believe a lie. You know, he calls them reprobate minds, right? If you keep pushing it, God's going to let you believe a lie, all right? And this is where a lot of you Trump supporters are. I'll give you a good example. A lot of you believe the election of 2020, you think President Biden stole it. And the reason you believe that is because your leader, Donald Trump, is still to this day telling you it was stolen, it was rigged. But there's an overwhelming amount of evidence that proves it wasn't stolen, right? And you can go look this up. But the MAGA demon, what it tells you is the evidence that proves that it wasn't stolen. Your mind tells you that you can't trust that evidence. That's why I say you got a MAGA demon. because now you don't know what to believe. You've been believing the lie for so long. It's like you were in some quicksand. Now you're deep in it. You can't get out. That's the MAGA demon right there. You're sunk. You're done. I'm so sorry, but you're done. A lot of you Trump supporters, you're done. You can't even, you can even do this. Try to leave the cult. The folks that I'm saying are MAGA, try to leave the cult. Call one of your friends up and say, you know what, I'm done with Donald Trump. Watch the hate. You're going to get so much hate. So that's why I say you got a MAGA demon. Any more questions? Any more questions about the MAGA demon? All right. I don't want to, and listen, a lot of my friends that are also content creators that are some are more nicer than me, some are a little more stronger than me. You're more than welcome to go check out what they're doing, because a lot of them, they're doing the same work that I'm doing, and I'm calling them MAGA rehabilitation centers. All you Trump supporters that join Democrat Lives, what you're really doing is you're engaging in a MAGA rehabilitation center, all right? And so I encourage you to keep visiting all these other amazing content creators out here who are bringing truth, all right, to make sure you do all you can to get out of that cult, because you're really deep into this. I'm qualified to say this. I'm an expert at this. Trust me. All right, let's talk about it. Trump supporters become more likely to express dehumanizing views of black people after his 2016 victory. How many of you think this, right? Do any of you out there think that Trump supporters think less of black people, right? I mean, I know it. I know this, but now they got some data, facts, data, and statistics. Once this comes out, this is a done deal. This is an example of true information out here that's available. But I know the MAGA demon, those with the MAGA demon in them, what they'll do is they'll hear this information and they'll make up an answer for why they shouldn't believe it. And again, it's your right to do that, but that's why we call it a demonic force. All right. A new study suggests that Donald Trump's presidential campaign and subsequent victory in 2016 had a polarizing effect on the racial attitude of white Americans, particularly in their views towards black people. Those who viewed Trump favorably before the election were found to rate black people as less evolved in the post-election survey. So they think that we didn't evolve that well compared to them, right? Conversely, those who had unfavorable views of Trump rated black people as more evolved. So you see, there's a connection. If you're a Trump supporter, you don't think black people are evolving as much as those who aren't Trump supporters, all right? And this is based on surveys. This is based on real studies. This is not like the polls. This is real research. And a lot of us know this is true. You can tell by the way when you interact with some of these Trump supporters, the first thing that comes out of them is their views on race. And as soon as these Trump supporters start talking about race, you can tell. Political campaigns, especially presidential ones, are often thought to shape public opinion. However, the extent to which they influence deeply ingrained attitudes, such as views on race, is a complex area of study. Trump's 2016 presidential campaign was particularly noteworthy for its divisive and often racially charged rhetoric. The Obama birth certificate thing, the comments about immigrants coming in the country, the comments about Mexicans being rapists, the comments, they don't send us their best and their brightest, those kind of things. That's the MAGA demon rhetoric that's clouding a lot of these Trump supporters' mind. And they eat it up and they don't think it has an impact on them, but it really does. Because you are what you eat, remember? So if you consume Donald Trump's rhetoric, it's most likely ingrained in you, and it's going to come out in you whenever you're out and about in the real world. Your beliefs, it's gonna come out of you like the sweat comes out of your skin, and there's nothing you can do to hide it. All right, this provides a unique opportunity for researchers to investigate whether how such a campaign could impact the racial attitudes of white Americans. To explore the potential influence of Trump's presidential campaign, a team of researchers conducted a two-wave panel study involving 600 non-Hispanic white adult citizens in the United States. All right. The study was conducted in 2 phases. The first wave of the survey was carried out between October 10th and October 12th of 2016. And the second wave occurred November 14th and November 15th of 2016. All right. And ultimately, this is where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. Here's where we're at. A deeper dive into the data showed clear polarizing effects based on participants' attitudes towards Trump. Those who viewed Trump favorably before the election were found to rate black people as less evolved post-election, in contrast with the unfavorable views of Trump rated black people as most evolved post-election. Specifically, at the high end of the Trump support scale, where respondents showed the warmest feelings towards Trump, they feel warm about Trump, there was a decrease of about 2 points in the evolutionary rating of black people on average from before to after the election. On the other hand, those who viewed Trump unfavorably, all right, showed an increase of about 4 points in the evolutionary rating of black people at the same period. All right. So these findings suggest a polarizing of racial attitudes as a result of Trump's election, with supporters tending towards more dehumanizing views of black people and opponents showing a move in the opposite direction. The study provides evidence that political leaders, through their rhetoric and behavior, can significantly influence public attitudes on sensitive issues like race. This is why I say it's a MAGA demon. Because this is what we have to deal with each and every time we engage in conversations with most of you Trump supporters. And a lot of them, and a lot of you do it and you don't even realize you're doing it because you're not in control. The demon is in control. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, join me in giving Donald Trump, get those tomatoes out this time too. Miss Libra, I see you. Get those tomatoes out too. Join me in giving Donald Trump and his MAGA demons another round of booze and shame. All right? Because you see it for yourself. They don't respect black people. They think less of us. Let's give them their daily doses of booze and shame. And it's all because of Donald Trump and his rhetoric. That's, 90% of it. Let's give it to him. And if you don't believe me, you're more than welcome to go look up this survey yourself and bring some information that maybe I perhaps overlooked. If you don't believe me, all right. So the facts are in, and this is stuff we all, especially those of us in the communities, right? We know this. We know this. All right. All right. Now let's move on to our last and final topic. All right. You know what? Many of you know. One of my favorite things to do on this broadcast is to do what? No lies detected. Thank you. No lies detected. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. All right. All right. You know, one of my favorite things to do, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Libra. One of my favorite things to do is to touch on what's happened to the folks who allowed the MAGA demon to possess their bodies on January 6, 2021, on behalf of Donald Trump. This is one of my favorite things to do. And so now, ladies and gentlemen, we must touch on another update from a January 6er and their conduct, and now the price they got to pay, all right? A January 6th rioter shows cops blood on his hands and brags that he fed them to the people. And by the way, if Trump gets a second term in office, you better bet your bottom dollar there will be no peaceful transfer of power this time. All right? Because he got the right people. He's got the right team this time that's not going to resist any of his nonsense. All right? So let's get into this. Federal prosecutors, ladies and gentlemen, have recommended that a Georgia man charged with some of the most violent behavior during the January 6, 2021 Capitol riot be sentenced to more than 8 years in prison. During sometimes brutal conflict between rioters and police on the Capitol's Lower West Terrace, Jack Wade Winton. Oh my God. Jack Wade Winton. Oh my goodness. It didn't show up on this. But you know what? Let's just look at that. 33 years old, was photographed and caught on video attacking Capitol police officers, defending a tunnel leading to the building's basement where members of Congress were being evacuated. Photos show Winton striking police officers with a metal crutch and dragging a fallen officer into the crowd. "You're gonna die tonight," Winton, a former personal trainer and fencing contractor, yelled while fighting with police, according to court documents, quoting police body camera footage. Later, in an Instagram message to an acquaintance, Winton bragged about the officer he pulled into the thick of the mob. "This is from a bad cop," Winton wrote alongside pictures of his bloody hands. "Yeah, I fed him to the people. I don't know his status and don't care, to be honest." The officer was badly bruised but survived. He was led out of the crowd by some rioters while others continued to beat him as he retreated. Prosecutors wrote in a 41-page sentencing memo filed earlier this week. The memo recommended Winton be sentenced to 97 months in prison and fined nearly $61,685, the exact amount Winton raised on the Christian-oriented fundraising site Give, Send, Go. Wow. Which has hosted fundraising pages for dozens of people from the mob of Donald Trump supporters who were charged in the Capitol violence. Quote, "Winton should not be able to capitalize on his participation in the January 6th riot on this way," prosecutors wrote. Prosecutors said police fought for 2 hours to control the tunnel entrance and had managed to push rioters out when Winton and his co-defendant Justin Jersey forced their way to the front of the crowd and renewed the attack. It is clear from the video footage of the Lower West Terrace during the assault that it was Winton's attack on the police line from the south, along with his co-defendant attack on Officer A.W. from the north, that ignited the rageful onslaught of violence that followed. Ladies and gentlemen, we got another January 6er that we need to give some booze and shame to. So let's give Winton. Get those tomatoes ready. Get those eggs ready. Get whatever you got. Let's give this traitor what he deserves. A round of booze and shame. You are nothing but a traitor. You are nothing but a vassal of transgression, Winton. You do not deserve to see the light of day. 8 years, as far as I'm concerned, is you getting off easy. Because I know that if you would have been in Russia or China or North Korea and you did this, oh, you know what that would have been. You'd have lost your life. Probably your family too. Winton. And you did all of this to be a vassal of transgression for Donald Trump. So, ladies and gentlemen, in addition to the booze and shame for this traitor, let's send him off the old-fashioned way.
by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
You heard your leader speak those words to you, MAGA. That was not President Biden. That was your leader making it crystal clear that you will pay. You get what you see what's going on? I know. I heard a lot of your feelings. I know it hurt your feelings to hear Donald Trump say those words. Because after all, you gave him everything you had. But those words were the truest things that I've ever heard Donald Trump say. You will pay. All right, rest assured the DOJ will make sure each and every one of you traitors pay for the damage you did on January 6th. And by no stretch of the imagination, don't you ever liken this to any other protest in this country, whether it's the protest you see happening for, people who are upset about the conflict in Palestine. That doesn't compare to this. Or whether it's BLM. No other protest will compare to what you traitors did on January 6th. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's open up these boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah. They don't like me because I tell the truth over here, all right? But you know what? I really don't care. It's like my grandmother always says, right? Tell the truth and what? Shame the devil, all right? And we doing a lot of devil shaming over here on this side of town, ladies and gentlemen. All right, thank you, Stacy. Oh, I thought I opened up the boxes. All right, we're going to open up these boxes, all right? And you know the drill. If you are a Trump supporter, you really do need to sit your special behinds down and listen to this special broadcast. I don't want to argue with you, all right? Because I know the conversation isn't going anywhere, right, Tiffany? We know what it's like. We know what it's like arguing with these Trump supporters. Should I do it? All right, I'll do it, and then we'll get to the conversations. You know what it's like arguing with MAGA? It's like you got a car that ain't going anywhere, right? You ever seen one of those cars or you heard them? I mean, it sounds a little something like this. Hey, Buggles! H-Bag! Bushmaster! Double D! Oh my God! Wow, that car sounds terrible. Oh my God. That car sounds like it needs a tune-up. Spark plugs, distributor caps, rotors, maybe some fuel injector cleaner. Oh my God. No, I will not go with you in that car. Listen, I know it got power windows and door locks and air conditioning, but listen, that's standard with all models these days, champ. That car sounds like it needs the hands of God on it. All right? It really does. And just like that, you Trump supporters, your MAGA brains, your MAGA minds, you need the hands of God placed on your MAGA minds, and that MAGA demon, it needs to be cast out. All right, because you clearly are vassals of transgression. All right, and we cannot have any of that in this kingdom. This is a very sacred space on TikTok. Oh, yeah.
MAGA.
All right, this is a very special place on TikTok, ladies and gentlemen. And along those lines, we'll bring up our first guest, good friend, Brother Nutty Professor. How are you doing?
Good morning. Hope you had a great weekend. So,
I did. Did you?
I did. We got snow here, so that sucks. But
oh wow, that's brutal.
yeah, exactly. So, your monologue today was kind of brutal to some of these MAGA demons.
Really?
They're up in their feelings for you telling the truth.
Oh, really?
Like y'all, listen. Here's the deal. If you don't like it, Zeus plays it all the time.
Right.
Zeus, can you play it for us?
You want to hear it?
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You
Yeah.
can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But
Well,
if
we
you're
don't
not
want you to come
happy,
back.
you can leave.
Boom. Tell them.
We don't want you to come back though.
Right.
So y'all have until December 1st to take me up on that offer.
What's the
That
offer again?
that
What's the
offer
offer?
has been out here for what, 4 months, and no one has
Yep.
taken me up on that offer. So the offer is for any of you MAGA demons, i.e., conservatives, i.e., Trump supporters, i.e., anyone who identifies as non-Antifa, anti-Antifa. I will pay for your ticket, first class, one way to Moscow, Russia. Not only will I do that,
Right.
I will give you 450,000 rubles, which is
Ooh.
5,000 American dollars. Because
Oh.
you gotta have money when you get there. Because
That's
as much as I don't like you, as much as I don't respect you, I still love you. And that's the difference. And I don't want to see you suffer as far as being hungry or homeless. Being homeless in Russia, especially this time of year, that's brutal.
yeah. I mean,
That's
that's an
brutal.
offer. That's an offer I would say they can't refuse. And no one's
Well,
taking you up. No one's taking you up on the.
they've been refusing it. They've been refusing it so far because that offer has been made on several platforms. And just because I want to be held accountable,
Right.
what have I always told you? I've always told them, don't contact me. Contact the host, who's ever live I'm in,
Yeah.
so they can hold. Because listen, we may be friends, but they will hold me accountable.
Yeah. I mean, we
They
would
will hold
love
me
to see
accountable.
them. I would love to see them going live and flying to Russia. I would not. I would not miss that for the world.
And that's another thing, Zeus. I want to be transparent. So therefore, if anyone takes me up on this offer, I want to do everything live. I want them to see me purchasing the tickets live. I want them to see me paying for it live. I so people know that hey, I did what I said I was going to do. Because
Right.
unlike them, I'm not going to get in these TikTok streets and gaslight everybody.
Mm. Mm. Yeah. Okay. Well, listen. Does anybody out there, by a show of hands, I think we have a. Someone says 3PV is me. So you're just like Trump. So you're projecting like a movie theater. 3PV? No, no, he's not like Trump. Where's the projection at? What? 3PV? Would you like to go to Russia?
I would
Be a
love for you to
man.
be the
Be a
first
man.
person to take me up
3PV.
on that offer. Since
Yeah.
I'm projecting, let's project you right into Russia.
that
Since I'm
is
projecting,
actually kind of funny, Nutty. That was actually kind of funny. Yeah,
you
let's
know,
project him into Russia.
I
Good
mean,
morning, Toy.
I mean, don't believe me. Don't believe me. Test me.
Wanting folks to leave is hypocrisy. No, no, no. What's hypocrisy is you trying to turn our democracy into Russia. All right. That's
It's funny how they can attack an offer, but they can't attack a twice impeached, four-time indicted, 91 felony charge per ex-president. They
tell
can't
them.
hold him accountable for anything, but they can attack me for making a legitimate offer. You got your priorities mixed up and you got me effed up.
Oh, 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 oh. You didn't
I
got
kept it
Nutty
clean.
effed up.
No,
Keep
no,
it
I
like that.
kept it clean. I
Yeah,
kept
you
it
did.
clean. I kept it
Yeah.
clean because I know whose life I'm in, and I won't disrespect
Where,
that.
where are the convictions? Oh my God.
See that's the thing. We're smart people. You're not, obviously, because we know that a court case must be heard before there's a conviction. So
Tell them,
stop
Nutty.
with that.
Stop it,
Well,
MAGA.
Zeus, I'm in my office,
Okay.
and so I can't get dark
You
nutty
can't
like
be
I want
dark
to.
nutty today. I
I
got
can't
it.
be dark nutty today.
Yeah.
So I heard my bell. Have a wonderful day, sir.
All right.
And like always, if any of these people want to take me up that on that offer, please tell them that you will contact me because you want to hold me accountable. Please tell them that.
Will do. Will
Y'all
do.
have a
Thank.
great day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Brother Nutty a round of applause. You're right, Angel. You know what Nutty just did? We call that a
Fatality.
another fatality for MAGA. Listen, MAGA, you have zero credibility in this kingdom. You've never been right about a thing. The only way you can actually have, the only way you and I could actually have a serious conversation is if somehow you manage to become truthful. And I've never ran into a truthful MAGA at all. I've never have. That's why I say you got a MAGA demon. All right. And as far as I'm concerned, if you're still out there and you're supporting a person that has 91 felony charges, I mean, and these charges are big dog charges. Classified documents? Really? You're going to put this guy, you want to put the guy in office, you want to put a person in office that doesn't know how to handle our national security? Wow. Something's wrong with your minds. Mike Lindell will have proof next week. You're right, Johnny Stearns, right? We've never seen any of the proof that MAGA claims they got. We've never seen it, all right? Let's bring up our next heavy hitter. Good morning, brother Attacking. How are you?
I'm good, Zeus. How are you?
I am all right, my good friend. Did you have a good weekend?
I had a fantastic weekend. I always do.
Good,
Hey,
good.
hey, I don't know if you know this. I don't know if I've ever disclosed this to you.
Oh, what is that?
But you know I'm an old white guy, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right.
Why? Why do you ask such questions?
Well, you were talking about racism and racists.
Yeah. The research about folks, Trump
Yeah.
supporters and their views on black people. Yes.
Have I ever said that I have a black friend?
Well, I can't remember if I don't think you have. Why?
Have I ever degraded anybody in any way, shape, or form in the black community?
Not to my knowledge.
Have I ever said the N word?
Oh, not to my knowledge. Unless you meant nuclear.
Well, that I have said.
That's an inside
So,
joke, cake. That's what Donald Trump said. Relax.
yeah, so when these so-called non-racist white people make
Mm.
horrible comments towards anybody in the black community in any way, shape, or form, but yet they say they're not racist, how many times or how many comments does a white person have to make derogatory comments towards people in the black community or say the N word before people who hear this
Hmm.
realize that they really are racist?
Oh. I mean, I don't even think it's always just the words. It's the actions. It's the conduct too.
Right, right,
Right?
exactly,
One,
exactly,
as far as I'm concerned, once is too much. Should have never even.
right,
It should have never even got there.
right, exactly. So, when some of these white people come up into broadcasters and they try to talk, oh, there's no systemic racism, get over it.
Mm.
It's in the
We're our
past.
we're
It's
our ancestors, right? We're
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Or call Michelle Obama a
Mm.
man,
Mm.
things like that. Um, I'm sorry, but 2 plus 2 plus 2 is 6.
Correct. The math
And
doesn't
that means
lie.
every time you make these derogatory comments and you say, I'm not racist,
Mm.
well, you have racism in your body and in your mind because you're not seeing what you're saying in itself
Mm.
is racist
Mm.
or derogatory.
Yeah. I mean, and you said it. They don't even see it because the MAGA demon is so
Right.
strong.
And when they say I don't see color,
Oh my God! But then they buy these color TVs, don't they?
yeah, I don't see color. And the thing is this, I think I've said this before, 30 plus years ago, we were having a discussion about uh, uh,
No.
racism and the black community. And I said, well, you know what? Because my family is interracial,
Mm.
I don't see color.
Mm.
And I was told by a nice lady, she goes, you're taking away a part of us.
Mm.
The black community, you're taking away us.
Right.
Our skin is us. If you don't see our skin, you don't see us. That means you're racist.
Bingo.
So, that comment in itself is ignoring the fact of a percentage of somebody in the black community.
Bingo.
Don't ignore it.
So
It's
you didn't double down on that, is what you're saying. You had to have an aha and an awakening moment, right?
I listen, my mouth shuts, my ears open, and I learn.
Bingo. Which is something the MAGA demon won't allow these Trump supporters to do.
Right. So we got to start listening. And you fake Christians and fake so-called I'm not racist, shut up, open your ears, open your eyes,
Bingo.
and learn. I'll drop. Thank you very much. Everybody have a great day. I'll be
Listen,
listening.
you're
Yes.
welcome. Listen, I mean, no, that was spot on attacking, and I appreciate you having the courage to be able to get in the box and share that lived experience with all of us. All right,
No,
thank you,
thank you very
Ginger.
much.
All right, ladies.
You keep doing what you're doing.
All right, I will try my best, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give brother attacking a round of applause. Right, Angel? We're gonna go ahead and give that
Fatality.
another fatality for you MAGA possessed demons. You see this? You see how hard it's not that hard to get in the box and tell the truth and shame the devil, MAGA. Why is it so hard for you to accept truth? Your hearts have been hardened. You're not listening to the God in the Bible. No, you're listening to Donald Trump. The God, the father of all lies, the devil. You're listening to him. On your way to jail, and then you're gonna take another stop in hell. Yeah, I know we're getting. I know this truth is hitting somebody. I know the MAGA demon ain't allowing it to hit them tonight. Okay, but I had a good conversation with my mother actually this weekend, and what I'm doing on this platform. All right. It's equivalent to the parable in the Bible. You're planting these seeds. Some are going to fall on good soil. Some are going to fall on nasty MAGA soil. All right. And then some are going to fall somewhere in the middle, right? The whole hope here, ladies and gentlemen, is that one of these seeds, or a lot of these seeds, they end up getting, fertilized and watered in the truth. And it just starts to come and grow so much that when it's all said and done, the MAGA seeds and the demons with them, they're gonna get cast into a fiery furnace, right? But nobody wants those bad seeds. All right, and this is what's going on over here, ladies and gentlemen. There's somebody out there that's listening to this truth, and they're really reconsidering who they're going to vote for this next election. All right. And they're waking up to the truth and they're going, oh my goodness, I didn't know that Donald Trump and his supporters were this far gone, this far down the rabbit hole. I didn't know that they were pretending to be Christians out here. I didn't know that they were allowing Vladimir Putin over there in Russia to use them. I don't want to be a MAGA anymore. And then they're going to turn around and say, you know what? Let me go see what other options are available. And next thing you know, they're going to be voting for Joe Biden, right? No lies detected. All right, all right. Let's bring up. Oh, we got somebody new in the kingdom. All right. Let's see who we have here, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe they'll stay, maybe they won't. All right. Tawasi, good morning.
Hey there, good morning. Sorry about that. My notifications are going off.
All right. I hear a lot of buzzing going on. Oh, you say your notifications. Okay, I got
Of,
it.
of course, it's when I go and finally connect onto your station that all my notifications go off.
Well, you must be
Um,
popular. That's probably what. It's a good sign, right?
I just, I am new to your channel and I just want to thank you for what you're saying because it seems like
Well, wait a
people.
second. Wait a second. We gotta do something I do to everybody that's brand new, and I think I know where you're at, but we're gonna go through it. I ask everybody a series of questions. All right.
All right.
Is it possible for you to put it on vibrate on silent or something?
I'm working on it here. Like as soon as I put my finger on the thing, then
Is it
everything else
what
starts
kind of device are
popping.
you using? What kind of device are you using? Is it iPhone or is it a Samsung? There should be a button on there to put it on silent or something.
Yeah. I drag down the drop down menu, and as soon as I do, all these notifications start popping off again. Hopefully, I
Okay.
got it. Hopefully, I
Okay,
got it.
I think all right. All right, first question I'm going to ask you, then I'll give you your 3 minutes to say what you were going to say. But I do this so that, well, listen, okay. It seems like you're an important individual. Is it what kind of device do you got? Is
Uh,
it?
it's one of these Samsungs.
Oh yeah, okay. I guess okay. Well, you know how to go and put that thing on silent, right?
Well, the issue that I'm having here is that there was literally nothing happening for like the last half hour, and then as soon as I connect to your show, then everything starts happening.
Cut it out,
It's
Tiffany.
almost like 8 o'clock's almost it's almost 8 o'clock here on the West Coast, so
Oh yeah,
everybody's
yeah. I'm on the West Coast too. I'm
get
in California. Where are you at?
Portland, Oregon.
Okay, Portland, Oregon. Shout out to Portland. All right, I think your notifications have finally gotten off, and let's get straight to it because we got to move quickly. First question, in your opinion, and this helps people get to know who you are, and hopefully, you pass these questions with flying colors. First question, in your opinion, was the 2020 election stolen by President Biden?
No.
Let's go. He's being truthful. Next question, in your opinion, who would you say is responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th?
I would say that specifically the people who bankrolled that event are responsible. The guy who is at the top saying all those hateful words and trying to incite violence, yes, he's responsible. However, there's a lot of people who lined up behind him with piles of money, and those people are responsible.
Would you say Nancy Pelosi and Ray Epps are involved?
I don't think so. I
All
don't
right.
really understand.
All right, let's give him a round. Be fast. All right. Last and final question. In your opinion, are President Biden and Hillary Clinton guilty of any crimes?
As far as I know, neither one of them. Well, I think there are some settlements out there, but I don't know if those included an admission of guilt. But there's not like any kind of Benghazi laptop thing happening, as far as I know. All that's just
Okay, let's
conflated.
go. So no. All right, give him an answer. I mean, you're trying to walk the middle, which is okay, but it's okay to say no. Okay. Now, how do I pronounce your name?
You had it right, Tawasi.
Tawasi. Where's that from? Tawasi.
Well, I was born in the Southwest,
Okay.
and my name comes from the Hopi language.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, my family's Native American, but we're from up here.
Okay. Tawasi. Okay. All right. I'm learning something new every day, which is awesome. And thank you for sharing that with us. All right. So now let's get this going. All right. What is it you wanted to speak with us about this morning? All right.
Well, we're talking about being honest and should be a thing that just anybody who's leaning mega should know about it and make their choice, an informed choice, and not just one based on lies and ignorance, right?
Right.
So when you want to know something that maybe you didn't know, and this is important to Native American people like myself, right?
Right.
So the Dakota Access Pipeline, which was built through Standing Rock, South Dakota, was a profit-taking venture for the former president.
Oh.
And he made a lot of money off of that enterprise going through tribal lands.
Oh.
While simultaneously using the bully pulpit to write an executive order forcing it through.
Wow.
So he took a bunch of money. He used the executive pen to make a bunch of money for himself directly. And it just, I don't find that ethical.
Right.
I don't think that that's the purpose of the executive pen. I don't think you should go around writing executive orders that put money in the pockets of your financial backers. And again, I come back to the financial backers because everybody knows this guy's a loser. He lost.
Get him.
He lost all his family wealth. He lost his ancestral inheritances because he can't make a sound financial choice. And among that, he needs to get people to bring him money. That's why he leveraged his daughter's credit to open a Deschutes Bank line of credit. Anyway, he forced through the Dakota Access Pipeline, and more recently, he sent the feds after me.
What?
Like,
He
I
sent
don't know
the
if you
feds after you?
I don't know if you ever have been ambushed at your house, but I have been ambushed by the federal government because they couldn't obtain a warrant since there was no crime.
Wow.
And so,
But Trump
this guy,
did it? How do you know Trump did it?
because he made statements on the record talking about sending federal agents after people here in Portland. And you'll never guess who the federal agents went after.
Who?
Native American people.
Wow.
course. Of
Wow.
course. They said that I was an illegal immigrant and they wanted to deport me to Canada. I never even visited Canada.
What?
So, the playbook used by the former president, his playbook is directly in alignment with neo-fascism, where they try and use forced deportation on political opponents. They tried to force
Wow.
deport me.
Wow. That is one of the most disturbing stories I've heard in quite a while, Tawasi, really. Evidence,
Yeah,
someone who's been at the receiving end of Donald Trump's rhetoric in such a way.
I
I'm
got off
sorry you
light.
had to go through that. I'm
I got
sorry you
off
had to
light.
go through that.
Some of my fellow Portland activists had it much worse than I did.
Mm,
So, especially Native American activists in Portland were
yeah.
steadily persecuted.
Wow. 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 Well, I appreciate you having the courage and conviction to be able to come in the box and share this story with us. Again, it's a very important story that needs to be told because again, I believe what you experience will continue another term of Donald Trump in office, right?
It'll be even more blatantly horrific and just
Yeah.
and openly fascistic.
Yeah. Yeah. These are real stories, ladies and gentlemen. No lies detected. All right, Tawasi?
Hey, and I appreciate your show. It's my first time coming on.
All
I
right.
followed you and I'll be back.
All right, I'm following you too. I do this every morning on the West Coast, 6:30 a.m. to around 8:30. All right, champ. And
Hey,
occasionally I'll do a Closet of Truth episode, which is somewhere in midday, where we talk about real issues a little more intimate than we get to do in the morning show. All right.
well, stay safe. More importantly, stay dangerous.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. I will and I shall, and you too, my brother. All right.
All right, bye bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Tawasi a round of applause. No lies detected. Another
Fatality.
You hear this, MAGA? You see what's going on? This is why I refuse to allow Trump supporters to try to portray themselves as victims to me. After all this damage and harm, greetings, Poker Dad. After all this damage and harm you MAGA demons have done, you're not victims. As far as I'm concerned, you're harassers and abusers.
But he's a harasser and an abuser.
Every MAGA accusation is truly a MAGA confession. What's going on, Dustin? I see you out there, champ. Let's bring up our next panelist, Stick the Ruler. How are you doing, Mike? Oh, Stick the Ruler. Jesus Christ. I knew you was at work, brother.
I'm getting away from the from where I'm at. Hold on,
Oh,
just give me
okay.
1 second.
Okay, you came in real hot, my brother. Oh my gosh, it was like right. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, while we get Stick the Ruler,
Okay, I'm here.
Great
I'm away
Max,
from the
I see you.
situation. Hey, what's going on? Good
Oh, not
morning.
good morning.
How was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, it was all right. How about yours?
All right, I ain't talked to you since before Thanksgiving.
I
Everything's
know.
good.
All right.
I'm gonna come in hot another way for
Okay.
MAGA.
Okay.
I'm,
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, if anybody in here knows the book of Genesis, it talks about Adam and Eve. Okay, now, MAGA, you're not as innocent as MAGA as Adam and Eve, MAGA,
Right.
but
Right.
I'm gonna reference you in this way because this is what you do. You allow Satan to come in, slither his way around, right?
Yeah.
And
Like
tell you
that.
to do something that you wouldn't normally do,
Oh.
right? And then when you get caught, instead of saying the devil made me do it, you blame it on the woman,
Oh,
right?
you took him back to Genesis, God.
Yeah,
Ooh. Adam.
yeah. It was her fault. She made me do it, right?
Oh, the
But
spirit
you
of
never
Adam.
exactly. You never actually blame who's at fault, which is yourself and the devil. And in this instance, the devil would be Donald J. Trump. So
Wow.
We see it. We see it, and I gave you that because you're so biblical,
Yeah.
you're so righteous in
Well,
all
you
your
know,
Christianity.
yeah,
So I just tried to say it in a way that, from the outside looking in, this is what it looks like.
yeah.
Um,
And we know that they
you
profess to be Christians.
oh yeah,
This,
and right now you're very naked and you know it. Like that's what
the
happened.
emperor has
You're
no
very naked.
clothes. Tell them.
Exactly. So, MAGA, this is what sane people see when, especially when you sound like that car that we have you recorded. You sound like that car that just can't go anywhere. Pat, 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 pat,
All
pat.
that
Yeah, you need to
backfiring.
change.
Yeah.
Exactly. You need to change. Go to a different gas station. It sounds like your gas has water in it. Yeah. So it's not good for your system.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
No lies detected.
and yeah, and so with this wanting to choose sides because of what's going on in another country, it's
Right.
kind of backwards too for anybody that's was a Joe Biden supporter and now you're not, because of what's going on in another country. What you got to understand is he doesn't look at himself as Thanos or God. He can't snap his finger and in 24 hours it would be over. That's not what we're dealing with. We're
Right.
dealing with reality. We're
Tell
not
them.
dealing with a Marvel or a spiritual character that's in a book. So
Amen.
I just need you to get it right, MAGA. We're tired of having to tell you about things that you should already know about. It's funny to me that no MAGA supporter knows about Project 2025. Nobody has read it,
Oh, they read
and I'm
it
a
just like
Democrat.
they know about what happened on January 6th. They just openly deny it. All right.
Well, it's just weird to me, Zeus, that their party has a whole agenda and they have no clue. It's just weird to me.
You're
But
right.
anyway, I heard
Well,
my
I do.
bill.
All right. I appreciate you, brother. And well, you know what? I'll say this. Most of them probably haven't made it past the third grade. So there is that part too. All right.
Oh yeah, you're absolutely right about that. I forgot about that. My bad, MAGA. My bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, I appreciate you letting me in the kingdom.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna do righteous things today,
Thank you,
and
my brother.
I advise anybody that has any ill will towards anybody, let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
I
All right,
appreciate it.
all right. You have a good day in the kingdom, Zeus.
All right, you too, Stick to Ruler. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up
All
to
right.
Stick to Ruler. No lies detected. And you know what that was, MAGA? It was another
Fatality.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, it's not that hard to get in the box and tell the truth and shame the devil. All right? And it is like the spirit of Adam. Yeah, sometimes we got to bring the Bible into these conversations because well, yeah, I do know about it. You know, I was raised on it. All right, but a bigger reason why we do it is because we got a lot of fake Christians. Now, I seen Janae in the comment section saying that she's being mistreated, perhaps by my mods. Ladies and gentlemen, uh, we might have to be a little nicer to Jay Bear because she's definitely trying her best to learn how to behave and engage in the kingdom. All right, but if she's being mean, I understand. All right. All right, thank you, Jay Bear. I saw you. You're learning. All right, all right. Now, what you got going on with my mods outside of this live, I have nothing to do. But by all means, I don't mind you expressing your feelings about this heavy truth that is coming out. AJ, what do I need to get real about, champ? What do I need to get real about? Or are you talk? Oh, you must be talking to somebody else in the comments. Never mind. Never mind, AJ. For a split second, AJ, I thought you were talking to Zeus. All right, I didn't want to, I didn't want to really, aim this at you, champ. All right. Okay, all right. Let's bring up our next panelist. All right, all right. Let's see who we got next, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Good morning. Who is this? Soche? Yeah, I was about to go off. Soche, is that how you say your name?
Yeah.
Oh,
Can
okay.
you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can hear you. Good morning. This is our first time doing business. Cut it out, Smitty. Smitty?
Yeah,
You said I
that's
can't spell the truth. Truth is spelled Zeus. Thank you, Smitty. All right, so Shay. So this is our first time doing business, and this means I got to ask you some questions. All right.
Go ahead.
And how you answer them, it determines your fate in the kingdom. All right. First
Yes,
question.
sir.
First question. In your opinion, was the 2020 election stolen by President Biden?
No, it wasn't.
Hey! No lies detected. All right. Next question. In your opinion, who would you say is responsible for the attack on January 6th at our United States Capitol?
Donald Trump is the one that's responsible for it.
No lies detected. All right. Last
No
and final
lies.
question is going to come at you like a curveball. All right. You might get it, though. I think you're going to get it, but it's going to come at you like a curveball. All right. In your opinion, are President Biden or Hillary Clinton guilty of any crimes?
They are not guilty.
Hey, let's go. All right. Sochay. Is that how you pronounce your name, Sochay?
Yeah, you had it right. Sochay. Yeah, that's right.
Okay, all right. I got to try to get these names right. All right. Now, what brings you to the kingdom this bright and early on a Monday morning?
I don't want to
Oh,
take
you
up a
got
lot of time,
notifications
man.
too?
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to take up a lot of time or your time, but I just want to, give you props, man. You're doing a great job. And
Oh,
the people in the kingdom, man, y'all are wonderful, man. People in the comments, wonderful. I watch you every day, dog. And
oh wow.
just keep doing what you're doing, man. I just want to give you props on that. And I love everybody in the kingdom, man. Y'all be safe out there.
Oh my, that is such an awesome thing. I'm glad you took time out of your busy morning to let us know that. All right, it really does help inspire us to keep going, my good friend. All right, what part of the country are you in?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
ATL shout out. All right, and so I would take it that you are you're seeing what's happening in this country, and you're recognizing that these kind of conversations, this kind of content is necessary.
Yeah, it's needed, man. We got to be able to spread the word. We
Mm,
got to let these mega nuts know that they wrong, and they gonna always be wrong, as long as they on their side.
And so you're close to Fonnie Willis out there.
Oh yeah,
What's the temperature like
I'm right
out
around
there?
the corner.
What's the temperature
It's
out there?
today is kind of cool, so you're looking at about 45 degrees out here
Well,
today.
I meant
But
like
it's
in
gonna
terms
be
of
hot though.
in
Oh, I
terms
see
of
what
the
you're saying.
political climate. Yeah, are the people out there supporting what Fonnie is doing, or do you think are they too
Yeah, we
critical?
support. Nah, we support what Fanny doing. We behind her 100%. Hey,
Okay.
we gonna stay behind her, man.
Hey.
She doing what she doing, and Trump going down. Y'all know it.
Hey. Thank you for unmuting Janae. All right. See. All right. Well, listen. I do hope that you continue to come back to this show, my brother. All right. And I did give you
I'm.
a follow. All right. You're always
I
welcome to
seen that.
come
I
in here.
seen that.
Okay.
Hey, thank you, Zeus, man. Y'all be safe, man. We love y'all. Keep the kingdom going, and let's ride.
All right. Let's ride, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to Sochay from Atlanta, Georgia. All right, who has confirmed that Fonnie Willis out there is doing a lovely job making sure we hold Donald Trump and his co-defendants accountable, right? All right, so Shay, I appreciate you, champ. All right, don't worry. Oh yeah. Let's go. All right, good morning, our good friend Bamba.
Good
How's it going?
morning.
Good morning, Bamba. Long time no see.
Yeah, I've been reading a lot, watching a
Okay,
lot. So,
okay.
but I was
Now,
thinking, what did I want to say the most? And
okay.
go
I
ahead.
heard you. You know, you and I we talk about foreign affairs and stuff like
Yeah.
that. There's an article I read, and maybe you know about it, that somehow Putin said he would be willing to stop his attack on Ukraine if they came to an agreement that they would not join NATO. Did
That's
you?
the old talk. Yeah,
Oh,
he's trying to renew what he was saying before, but there's nothing that you can trust him.
mm,
Nothing. Everything he's signed, everything he's said, he's always broken his word.
mm.
So
Wow.
you can't. You have to defeat him. He has to be defeated in Ukraine.
Wow.
If he's defeated in Ukraine, um, things like what's happening in Israel, things that are happening in Africa, things that are happening in Yemen, those
Right.
will all stop. They will stop drastically because their major supporter would be
Right.
gone.
Bingo.
So, but it depends on who's going to come after them. So
I
but
heard the
you
president.
can't trust Russia.
You can't trust it.
No. So,
I
and then the other thing is, the new thing is colonizer is being used as propaganda around the world. And who's the largest colonizer on the planet?
tell him, Bam.
Russia.
Wow.
In
Wow.
fact, he is purposely taking minorities and putting them in the front. Yeah,
What?
yeah, yes.
This is Vladimir Putin we're talking
Yes,
about.
yes. So, they're the
April.
largest country in the world. So all the different minority groups have been wiped out.
Right.
He took the Tartars from Crimea. Well, he didn't.
Right.
Stalin did, and put them in Siberia.
Wow.
So there's a bunch of people that really would like to come home to Crimea. But what I really wanted to say
Tell him, Bama.
was, this weekend, because there's a whole lot of disturbing stuff, but I wanted to say something positive.
Okay.
Did you watch Joe Biden? And
Bits
yeah,
bits
did
and
you
pieces. What is
did
it?
you
What?
watch him and Nantucket walking to dinner?
Yes, yes, yes.
Did you
Biden.
notice he's apologizing to the guy on the porch for holding everything up, and the guy said you're good, and he stops and he starts pointing at his head, and and the guy didn't recognize what he was saying, and he was
Right.
recognizing his Navy hat. He was recognizing that he did
Because
service.
because
It totally threw the guy off,
yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
said, "Thank you for your service." And then the guy's like, "Thank you for noticing." I mean, that's a pretty astute president.
Right.
That is a president that I'm proud of.
I
I am so
completely
proud.
agree.
I was just like, everybody's like, why are you stopping? Let's go. Let's go.
Right.
And
Right.
he stopped and he noticed
Boom.
and then
He
he said something.
he didn't spew any hateful rhetoric or anything like
No, and he
that.
didn't zoom off, like zoom, zoom, zoom. I can't talk to the real people.
Right.
He apologized and then he honored. He
Bingo.
respected. That's the
Rudy.
president. That's the
See.
president I want.
Amen. I
So
do
I
too.
just
And
wanted to share that.
thank you.
I could talk about all sorts of other stuff. I could talk about some really bad stuff about who, the
Right.
man who should not even be named. But
Right.
I wanted to talk about my president.
I appreciate that. Again, I know we
Yeah.
often spend a lot of time condemning and throwing tomatoes at Donald Trump, the booze and the shame. But
Right.
whenever you can, always feel empowered to come in here and point out a lot of the
Yeah.
things that the
You know,
Biden and Kamala Harris are doing to help this country
right.
make sure we're on
Yeah.
the right
We
side of
need to,
history.
we have to, instead of talking about, we still have to talk about what we don't like, but,
Correct. Yeah.
talking about positive sometimes goes farther.
Fair
So,
enough. I
yeah.
agree.
Thank you, Zeus, for that.
You're welcome. And
You have a
anytime, all
great
right.
day. I'm going to be hanging out here.
All right, all right, all right, ladies and
All right.
gentlemen, let's
Bye-bye.
give Bamba a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. No lies detected. All right, and I want to make sure I do address another thing that happened this weekend. All right, Bamba, we're gonna go on Trump. He was when he pulled up to that Clemson game. You all saw it. When he pulled up to that Clemson game, he was welcomed by booze and shame. Right, like this. Right, you remember? Nothing. And along those lines, I said, this is proof that our message is getting out to all corners of the United States, all over the earth. Folks know what to do now when they see Donald Trump. Give him his booze and shame. And you got these Trump supporters. They sent me all kinds of nasty messages. Zeus, that video was fake. They put fake audio over it. This is what they did. And they started trying to overwhelm my DMs with video footage of Donald Trump being cheered, because there's that other narrative. He was cheered. Look at this, right? No, no, no. I don't believe those videos you Trump supporters are sending me because we know what Donald Trump does. He will pay people to go to places and pretend like they support him. Nobody in this country, I'm going to be honest with you, there's no part of this country where there is a group of people, it couldn't be more than 20 people that actually like Donald Trump. It doesn't exist. Every time you see Donald Trump at a rally and people are cheering, I guarantee you it's because he's paying people that need the money. He's paying them to be there. I mean, and that's just how it goes. So, no, I don't believe those videos or those fake videos they're sharing with me. These people were celebrating. If anything, if there was cheering, it wasn't for Donald Trump, it was for those football players, right? Yeah, they had billboards up too. You see them in the Secret Service in the back of the vehicle, peeking through the windshield. Oh my God, I hear all those boos. He started sweating and pooping on himself. You could see it in his eyes. I was like, oh, this is nasty. Secret Service didn't even want to be in that situation. Like, dang, we got to take this guy. How come everywhere we take him, we got to get booed and shamed? It's because everyone hates Donald Trump. All right? He's not a good person. He's really a terrible person at every level. He's not a good husband. He's not a good father. He's not good at business. He's a terrible president. I mean, name one thing Donald Trump is good at, Doozy, please. Can anyone name one thing Donald Trump is good at? Please, besides lying and get, well, okay, you're right. He's good at getting felonies, right? He's good at getting felonies. Grifting, yeah. Oh my God, BMO's finest. Let's go, champ. What do you got? Grifting. All right, yeah, okay. Nothing good. Good morning, BMO finest. How are you doing, champ?
Good morning, Zeus. How are you, my brother? How was your
Uh,
holiday?
my holiday, it was perfectly fine. And yours?
Oh, it was excellent, dude. Got to spend some time with family and then
Amen.
get a lot of rest. Look,
Okay, I like that.
I want to start this off by saying I believe in karma, and I haven't
Okay.
heard you talk about this.
Okay.
But I'll just start here. The last couple of weeks on my X profile, on
Mm.
my account, I had been
Yeah.
seeing a lot of postings about Derek Chauvin
Oh.
getting out of jail because the autopsy report said that George Floyd uh, was unalived by an overdose, a
R-
fentanyl overdose and a
right.
methamphetamine overdose,
Right.
which is totally false and was easy to debunk. So
Yeah.
my account got suspended for using a few choice words on my responses to those people.
On
That
X,
yes,
you
and what
can. Wait a
yes,
second. You could get suspended on X. I thought Elon was all about free speech.
no, I got 7 days, seven
Wow.
7 days, but
What?
you can get it. But
Don't mute Janae now. Come
you
on, keep
know,
going.
so scrolling through another live this weekend, I see people talking about that exact subject.
Hmm.
Saturday morning, I get up, and what's in my headline?
What's that?
Officer Chauvin. Somebody tried to unalive Officer Chauvin while he was serving the sentence for what he did to.
Wow. Yeah, I heard that.
I believe in karma.
Mm. Tell
Karma,
them.
karma is huge, and when you do bad things, it will eventually catch up with you. That's just
Amen.
my personal feelings about life in general. Zeus, I've been a cop for 30 years,
What?
and I've tried to, you know, be a man of truth. I've never lied on anybody. I've never planted anything on anybody. I've never done anything that would cause me to go to jail because I'm afraid to go to jail.
Right.
All right. And so when you do things like that, it makes it hard for cops out here actually doing the job the right way
Right.
to actually do the job and have good relationships with their community. I heard you speaking a few months back about,
You
you're
heard
de-
me speaking?
yeah, you were talking about, dealings with past dealings with the police and
Yeah,
how
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and things like that. And, not here, but one day I would like to have a conversation with you about how it should be done and
Okay.
how police should police their communities.
Mm.
And and things of that nature. But I
I
I
mean, I
really
appreciate that.
I really would like to talk about what it was like to be a black police officer
Wow.
during 2016 when a certain was announced, and how people that I used to look up to and work with are no longer my friends.
Now, what part of the country are you in again? I'm just
I'm
curious.
on the East Coast. I'm in
East Coast.
Baltimore.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, it's my belief that not all people working in law enforcement are terrible or bad at all, right? I believe there's good and bad in everything in life, and so um, yeah, that would be a great conversation. That way, we can help people understand, why they should back the blue, right?
Yeah, why for doing the right thing, for doing good things,
Hmm.
for helping the community. Being a police officer is not about how many people you can arrest, it's how many people you can help. And I've always lived by that. But
Bingo.
man, my coworkers that I used to love, well, I still love them. They're my brother.
Hmm.
But I used to look up to and work side by side with and been in bad situations with. They
Right.
blamed Obama for all of the problems that the police were having with the communities because Obama supported, you know, police reform or
Wow. You see how that happens right there underneath your nose, huh?
Zeus. I could tell you some stories, brother. But I'm not gonna I heard my bell
All
and I
right.
let me up into the kingdom today.
All
And
right, my brother.
maybe one day if I can catch you on a nighttime live or evening live, we can have that
Yeah,
conversation.
in the closet of truth, most definitely.
Absolutely, my
That's
friend. So
what
you have a good day and thank you for having me up.
all right, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to BMO Finest and thank you for your service to the community in law enforcement, all right?
Thank you.
All
Talk to you
right,
soon.
let's give him a round of applause. No lies detected. All right, now y'all leave J Bear alone out there. She's worked very hard to earn her right to speak her mind in this kingdom, all right? All right? All right, mods, make sure J Bear doesn't get muted. I know there's some back and forth going on out there. All right, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, brother Swerve, man. How you doing, champion?
What's happening, player? How you been?
All right, I'm feeling real good.
Same,
Yeah,
same.
yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna say this real quick about Derek Chauvin. I'm calling it Happy Shanksgiving.
Oh,
Okay,
woo! I
because
see you, Tiffany.
and I'm not gonna apologize for this, but I think he got exactly what he deserved. He
Karma.
got exactly what he had coming.
Wow, you think
Okay.
so? Wow.
Oh yes. Oh yes. To do what he did to George Floyd, and he got his day in court, and he gets to serve out his prison sentence. And George Floyd never got the same. George Floyd never got the same thing, and he
Wow.
kneeled on that man's neck for 9.5 minutes.
Wow.
Okay.
Pure evil.
Yeah. Oh, it was beyond evil, if you ask me. Now,
And then they try to compare the response to that to the January 6th.
yeah,
Okay.
they try to compare Ashley Babbitt to George Floyd.
Right.
Ashley Babbitt was actively trying to jump through a freaking window while members of Congress were still trying to escape. And I remember Snuggles who was talking about why didn't BLM come out and protest for Ashley Babbitt? Well, you know what? Why didn't all you all lives matter people get your T-shirts and your flags together, and why didn't you go out and protest for Ashley Babbitt?
Right.
Why didn't you do that? But Zeus, the reason I wanted to come up is I wanted to ask you real quick. Have you ever heard of Jonathan Carl?
Jonathan Carl, I believe so. That name sounds very familiar, but nothing's popping up in my head at the moment. What's
John,
going on?
Jonathan Carl did an interview with Donald Trump.
Huh.
And it was a recorded interview because he was writing a book called "Are You Tired of Winning?"
Oh, yes, I know who this guy is. I'm so
Okay,
sorry. I'm like, it sounds familiar. I'm reading the book.
so Jonathan Carl
Yeah,
went back
okay.
through his archives and he found a tape of Donald Trump saying how he would have gone to the Capitol, stopped them from doing what they were doing,
Right.
And most of these people were at the Capitol because they thought the election was stolen.
Mm.
Now, if they thought the election was stolen, where would they get that thought from, Mr.
Mm.
Trump? Who gave them that thought? Who even put that notion in their head that the election was stolen? Oh, it was you. And if they thought the election was stolen, you put the notion in their head, which means you thought the election was stolen also, after everybody and their mama told you that it wasn't.
Mm.
And what pains me the most is everybody in Donald Trump's atmosphere told him that the election was not stolen. His chief of staff, Donald Trump's right hand man, Mark Meadows, has come out publicly and said he lied
Uh.
about the election being stolen. That's why he got immunity, right?
Wow. Yeah. With
He
Jack
lied.
Smith. Wow.
And people are still running around talking about how the election was stolen.
Mm.
Look at all the dead people that voted. Yeah, that's all been reconciled. Like, miss me with this garbage.
And most of the stolen and theftery was going on. The fraud. It was coming from the right, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, they'll never talk about the senior citizen ring
Mm-hmm.
of voter fraud that was arrested in Florida
Tell him,
for
brother, swerving.
telling everyone to go ahead and vote for Donald Trump, and then taking their ballots and dropping them off at a ballot box. Remember, that's that ballot harvesting that we saw in 2000 Fools.
Huh?
But it was okay when the Republicans did it.
Yeah.
And ballot harvesting is nothing but a right wing gaslighting term
Bingo.
to make it seem like so many people just harvested all these. If I have a lot of senior citizens that live around me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be voting mail in come 2024, and so will they. So
Right.
if I knock on their door and I say, "Hey, I'm on my way to the ballot box.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to drop off your ballot for you?
Right.
You know what? Can you do that for us, Daryl? Yeah, not a problem.
Right.
I'm not harvesting anyone's ballot.
No.
I'm doing a favor for my neighbor."
Bingo.
And that's what they don't seem to understand. But ballot harvesting is nothing but a gaslighting term from the Republican right
Bingo. No
to make
lies
it seem like
detected.
the election was stolen.
Bingo.
In 2000 Fools, they're like, look at these ballot boxes. Look at how many people. Look, this guy stuffs 8 or 9 ballots in there. Okay, well, which of y'all opened those ballots to see who they were for? Can you honestly say all of those ballots were for Donald Trump or Joe Biden? No,
Can you?
you can't, because y'all never opened them. They got collected just like any other ballot. So stop with the balloting harvest garbage.
Get him.
Stop with the garbage of, oh, well, all these dead people voted. Dead people can't vote.
Bingo.
And if mail-in voting was so fraudulent, how come Mark Meadows got caught trying to do it?
Oh.
How come Donald Trump got caught
Oh.
trying to do mail-in balloting fraudulently? How come they got caught doing it?
Wow.
So it's not as fraudulent as you think.
Bingo.
And if you think I'm lying, you let me know, and I will show whatever proof you need me to show, and I will come onto my own live and do it.
Bingo. And Swervin is he's more kind than I am. He's willing to engage you and talk to you about whatever you don't agree with him. So make sure you feel like what he's saying isn't true by all means. Go to Swervin's Live. I'll be there.
Exactly.
We'll all be there.
Exactly. In fact, I'm gonna jump precedence here, and I'm gonna skip over the double dog dare
Uh-huh.
and immediately go to the triple dog dare.
Oh.
I triple dog dare any single one of you who thinks I'm lying to come to my live and try to disprove what I'm saying.
Bingo.
Okay.
Anybody out there think he's lying? Raise your hand, please.
So,
Ellie.
Zeus, I heard my bell,
All right, brother.
and I hope you had a happy Thanksgiving.
I did. I really did. I hope you did too.
Good deal, my brother. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. My wife put her foot off in that turkey. I think I might have crunched on a toenail here and there, but damn, it was good.
Hey, I heard that, and I'm glad that you survived it and you're back. You sound a lot better as well, my good friend.
I'm
All
doing
right.
I'm doing all right. I'm having one of my better days, trust me.
I love it. I love it. Well, listen, I appreciate you, brother, and as always, keep on telling the truth and shaming the devil. All right.
Take it.
All right.
True. and
All
you
right.
shame the devil.
Amen. All right.
Zeus, you get back to taking care of the kingdom, brother, and I will see you later.
All right. Likewise, my brother. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Brother Swervin a round of applause. That, ladies and gentlemen, is called a.
Fatality.
I saw Rudy. Someone was asking me what happened to Moderate Democrat. I saw him earlier. He was in here. I think he's okay. He's standing up for truth over there on his platform still. All right, let's move on to our next panelist. Oh my God, my good, beautiful friend Tiffany. How are you
Good morning, Zeus.
doing? Good morning.
All I want for Christmas is Zeus.
Oh my God! Listen,
Just
be
kidding.
careful. Be careful what you wish for. All right, you never know.
Hey,
A lot
what's
of
up,
people say
Juicy?
it's too much to handle. Cut it out. Keep it clean.
All right, let's not get carried away. Come
Listen,
on.
how are
How
you
are you this
doing?
morning?
And thank you for allowing me to join your live this weekend. It was an honor to be there. All right.
Oh, I appreciate you being
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get a dose of truth, all right, especially standing up for women and their freedoms, you make sure you follow my good friend Tiffany. She'll make sure you get it right. All right.
So, yes, appreciate you being there. And yeah, good topic for discussion as somebody who is in school currently, legal studies, trying to be a paralegal at the very minimum. But yes, I do want to go to law school, but
Yeah.
long road. But I do want to say there's a lot of things I want to say.
Uh oh. Go ahead, get it out. Get it out.
Okay.
Tell the truth, shame
Okay.
the
First of
devil.
all, where is struggles been?
Struggles
He's been
has been.
struggling.
He's
Is he
yeah.
struggling?
Every time he goes live, his account gets reported. That's what I'm hearing, and
That's.
he hasn't been feeling too well.
I see. I see.
But he
Okay.
worked
Well,
hard for that though because he's been putting out a lot of nasty content, hateful content, lies.
yeah. Always the lies, right?
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Mm.
So I'm working on a theory here, right? So I work at the hospital, and
Okay.
now one could say it's access to healthcare. There's a lot of nuances in the discussion, but so I work at the hospital, and a lot of the majority of the patients that I see
Right.
have MAGA bumper stickers.
What?
They have constitutional weapon stickers on their
Wow.
vehicles.
Wow.
A lot of Christian music, country. Okay, so I'm working on a theory that basically is these unfortunate, events. I don't wish bad health on anyone. However,
Right.
one could say
Right.
that the rottenness of this tired, racist,
Oh.
MAGA,
Oh.
misogynistic,
Oh.
dumpster fire
Oh.
thinking
Uh-huh.
is rotting your brains, and that's what's making you ill, MAGA. So
So
I'm
you're
just saying, I'm working on, I'm collecting the data currently.
okay. I mean, I could see what you're saying because that MAGA demon,
It's
it
strong.
does affect your body, because the body is the temple, right, according to the Bible. And so when you got a rotten spirit being
Right.
housed in your body,
Exactly.
it's not surprising to me that your
It's,
body starts to suffer.
I mean, they're not looking well. And I'm,
No.
I'm really being serious, but also trying to add some comedy. It's not funny, but it's like they're not doing well. Like they are. Okay, so we'll move on from that.
Oh, I
But
mean, that's deep. That's right though. You're right
yeah,
though. Let's
I think
go.
there's a lot of truth to that. So
Yeah,
why is it that I'm only seeing 98% of the patients at the hospitals are conservative Christians? Magas? Well, come on now, we got to go deep because anyway, okay.
Oh.
Rotting from within, exactly.
No
Right.
lies detected. She's not lying. A lot of
So
folks are sick right now
they
because of
really
Donald
are.
Trump.
This is the power of what your mental health can have over the rest of you, right? It's the
Yeah.
lack of education. It's the lack of, it's very evident, like you said, they've not passed third grade. Thank you, by the way, for giving me the muffler earlier. Somebody said,
Yeah.
somebody said they better call AAA.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Just
so I was gonna say, Zeus, and I know we talked about this a little bit on the last live I was on with you and yours. But I have a friend who is like really trying to push me to like vote third party, and he has some really strong takes. But I'm like, I don't know. I don't.
Did they
So,
voted for Biden probably in 2020, and now they want to vote third party? Is that
well,
kind of what's?
he's saying he doesn't believe in voting now. Period. At all.
Mm, mm. Oh wow,
I actually invited him to come in here because
wow.
I think you guys would actually have a good dialogue. And
I
he has
mean,
like,
he,
so I just wonder, like, I just like,
tell him.
I
Tell him to
can't wrap
bring
my
his
brain
special
around it.
behind in here and listen to this special broadcast. All right. I don't know him from a bag of rocks, but listen, the truth is the truth. And again, if you don't want to vote, and you might as well say, I want Donald Trump in here again.
Hmm.
You're letting the wolf back in the hen house. And you
I
can't
heard.
be upset with the results when it happens. I don't want to hear it. I
Yeah,
seriously
I
don't.
know. I know, and I think too, like it is very, very selfish. I heard my bell. I
Right.
just want to say this, like, who knows how I'll feel by I definitely am still voting for Biden next year.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I understand that there's a lot of criticism that comes with what's going on currently. I understand that.
I do
You know?
too. And we're not going to minimize what's happening over. But like I said, the crisis here is definitely one that needs to be addressed.
Exactly.
And there's a crisis here.
Absolutely. So as always, Juicy, you're the best.
Well,
Do the live with BMOS because I have a lot of things I want to add to the policing, the law enforcement, legal system, etc.
right.
So, and then also you, me, and Greg, we have karaoke to do. Remember?
Oh, okay. Yes. Yes. Wherever Z Pop Greg is at, yes, we can
Yes.
do some karaoke. All
Thank
right.
you for the gifts, guys. All right.
Cut it
No,
out, Nutty. Cut it out. She
that
is telling the truth.
stop the hateration. All right. Love y'all. Have a good
All
day.
right.
Happy Monday.
All right. Happy Monday to you, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give the beautiful Tiffany a round of applause. No lies detected. Shady Lane. Nice to see you. I didn't know you were up in here keeping it real with us. All right. We are about to wrap up this show, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to wrap it up with our beautiful friend, Miss Boss Diva. Sorry I didn't get to all of you. I'm so sorry. Good morning, Miss
Good
Boss
morning,
Diva.
Zeus. I know
How
that
are
you're
you?
doing wonderful because you're looking so handsome. You know, it's all in
Thank
the
you.
skin. It's all in the glow, right?
Ooh, I got the glow. He said,
You
oh
got the
my,
glow.
ha, Bruce Leroy.
Kiss my Converse.
Yeah, oh,
Um,
show enough. All right.
well, I figured, the breaking news, the beautiful breaking news of Mr. Chauvin getting his nice karma. I mean,
Mm,
that made my holiday. And since
mm,
we're past the Thanksgiving or
mm-hmm.
whatever that is, actually Stolen Land Day. That's what I'll call it. Stolen Land Day.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, we'll say Merry
Mm.
Shanks Muss.
Oh, Lord. Mary Shakespeare.
Merry Shanksmas now,
Yeah.
and we'll be celebrating the day after every Black Friday. We'll be celebrating
Wow.
Shanksgiving. Yeah, we
You reap
decided
what you
that.
sow, right? It's like they say the Bible say you reap what you sow. You
We
plant
really
evil
do.
seeds, you plant
Yeah,
evil seeds, you're gonna get evil, bad fruits. All right.
that's
Thank
right.
you, Tiffany. All
That is
right.
absolutely correct. I mean, whether you're Christian or not, that statement is very true.
Mm-hmm.
Like a life thing here, a life
Yeah.
hack for you, if you will.
Tell them.
But yeah, I just basically came up to wish you a Merry Shankmas and
Okay, okay. Listen, we got a long way, but listen, we're almost there. This month is
yeah,
almost over.
right. Like I said, we passed that. We passed all that stuff now. So people start
How
saying
does it?
Merry
But
Christmas.
I got a question though. How do you feel about knowing that this is most likely Donald Trump's last Christmas as a free person? Because
Oh,
right
that
now they're
makes me
going zero
feel
convictions.
that makes me feel real warm and fuzzy inside. I feel so good. I'm gonna tell you something. When he gets convicted, I'm gonna be
mm,
right there in
mm,
Georgia.
mm,
You know what I mean? When he on that Rico lot, he gonna get
Rico.
that Rico lot dosage, and
Yeah.
hopefully the judge will give him, more than the minimum of 5 years,
Oh
because
yeah.
you guys got to realize the Rico law is anywhere between 5 and 20 years.
Mm,
The judge has all of that good room to work
mm,
with. He
mm,
can start with 5 and work his way up to 20.
mm, mm.
So, and that's
Start with
before
5
he
and work
even
his way up. Wow.
right, and that's before he even starts his sentence, whatever
Mm,
he's sentenced to.
mm,
He has to do that RICO time off
mm.
top
Boom.
first.
No lies detected.
So for me, that makes me feel warm. And yeah, I already got my plane ticket ready to go.
Oh, you really
It's
going out
open.
to? You're really going out there once it all comes down.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm really going out there. Yeah, I'm gonna link up with Union Gang and we gonna do it. That's what's
Yeah.
gonna happen
Oh my
because
God.
that is going to be um, the event of 2024, right?
Yeah.
Just like what I'm saying,
Oh yeah.
Alabama, Montgomery. I guess we could say reunion,
Yeah. Yeah.
ancestral
Yeah.
reunion, and everything like that. Yeah, yeah, it's going
Yeah.
down.
You,
It's going down. So.
well, the I guess this is a bit of a warning to you Trump supporters. Uh, what you want to do is enjoy these last moments with your leader Donald Trump as a free person, right? He's out on bail right now, but you better really bask in this moment
Right,
because
because those gag orders, they're nothing. They're
yeah,
nothing.
yeah,
You know what I mean? They're not even going to enforce them, and if they do, okay, I guess he'll go to jail then. But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but what I know for sure, two things for certain
What's that?
is Rico gonna put him behind them bars. Fonnie
Amen to
Willis
that.
is not playing with
Nope.
none of them, but especially him, and he will go down in history as the first
Ain't
president to be sleeping with bed bugs in Fulton County Jail.
he will be, and he's earned it. He will be getting the ultimate MAGA reward, which is
I
jail
hope
time.
those bed bugs have multiplied 100-fold by the time he gets there, and all the rest of that stuff, the mold, the rust, and everything else that's causing all kinds of problems down
Amen.
there. He feels every bit of that. He
I
needs
do.
that. He
I do
needs
too.
that to put him really, yeah, the bed bugs, everything. I just want him to experience the entire scene of
Uh,
prison time, life, all of that. He thinks
yeah,
that he's above everything. He really does think he's not going to go to jail.
yeah.
And that's why his supporters think that too.
Yeah.
But
But he gonna end
but
up
the
in
law,
jail for sure.
him being a law and order person, he should know it's going down. So
Amen to that.
amen
Amen
to
to
that,
that.
Zeus. But yeah, thank you for having me on,
You're
sweetheart. I
welcome.
always
You're
appreciate you.
welcome, and thank
And
you
of
for
course,
coming.
I love everything you do with this kingdom and beyond off this
All right.
app. You
Thank you.
get it, you put it
I
down.
try my best. I really do. All right. And
And
and,
I'm
and
and
I'm
I'm waiting on my file. That
okay.
file we
Oh,
discussed.
it's almost coming, right? It's almost coming.
Almost coming. Okay, don't be too weak in me like Donald Trump. Every 2 weeks we gonna get a infrastructure. We gonna get some health care. We gonna do this. But anyway, love you, Zeus. I'll see you later,
Oh
baby.
my gosh! Oh my
Thank you,
God! You're
everybody, for the
holding my.
gifts. Love y'all in the kingdom.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to the beautiful Miss Boss Diva. All right, always holding my feet to the fire. All right, listen, you got my arm twisted. All right. Well, listen up, ladies and gentlemen. We've reached that point in the show where we all must depart and go on about our days. I do hope you all enjoyed this very special and very important broadcast. All right, what we do is very important in making sure we get the truth out here to make sure voters all across this country are as informed as possible. I will say this: as much as the situation in Israel and Palestine is difficult to digest and process, especially in terms of how President Biden is handling it, the choice is crystal clear. If you care about your freedoms in the United States as you know it, and you want to maintain that and have any hope of being able to continue holding our leaders accountable, you should vote blue. Sitting it out, terrible excuse. Voting for Donald Trump, terrible excuse. Make sure you do all you can to help keep President Biden in office. I know we're almost a year out and away from the election, but understand this is truly a battle for the heart and soul of this country. And as you know, battles are not won easily. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, but you need to stay the course. And I'm saying that to my fellow Democrats out there. All right? Last time you played this game, Donald Trump got in office because you didn't want to support, you wanted to go support Bernie Sanders, perhaps, right? And Hillary Clinton didn't get it, and you put Donald Trump in office. So let's not do that again, all right? And we can have a closet of truth moment to discuss everything that's upsetting you about President Biden's administration. I totally understand. I don't want to minimize how you're feeling. But to consider Donald Trump being in the White House again and subjecting this country to the MAGA demon is unimaginable on so many levels. And I do mean that. And it sucks because you really do feel like you're between a rock and a hard place. All right. But you're not really between a rock and a hard place, if you ask me, with President Biden and Donald Trump. You're really in between maybe a rock and going to hell. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you to all of you who stayed here and tuned in and listened to this show. Even my critics and my detractors, you deserve a round of applause. Even you, Jay Bear, all right? Thank you to all of my moderators who've done an outstanding job keeping this kingdom clean of filth. You all deserve a round of applause. Thank you to my subscribers, all right, and my gifters, all right. Your support does matter. All right, and on that note, ladies and gentlemen, take care and stay safe out here in these TikTok streets. I will be back tomorrow, same Zeus time, same Zeus channel, and that's 6:30 a.m. Pacific time here on TikTok. Take care, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great rest of your morning. I love you too. You lead, Gregory. Gregory, sit your special behind down and listen to this special broadcast.
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus.
This is how I stare
when I'm looking like Zeus.
Hey.
I like to act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my moves
when I'm grooving. Real.
Like
thank you as well.
In the sky like you like Zeus. I make my own rules. I'm a god, call me Zeus. I'm higher than an eagle and got bread on me too.
Took a long time to get here and I'm feeling brand new.
If you living like a bum,
get away from me, fool. I got money on my mind. I can't leave it up to you.
I can't hang around with you. You fall in love too quick.
Keep it clean, ladies and gentlemen. Put a bounty on your head.
This is where your butter feds. When you playing with the gods and you playing with
like
the
that,
dead.
Olive?
Time to let loose with the truth. Yeah, grab your goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth. Player hating on the gods, boy, you such a douche. I tried to be patient, but you had to like
cut it out,
catching all
Jay
the
Bear.
snakes like a mongoose. These ladies love me, yeah, I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me. This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus.
I'm looking at you.
Act a fool when I'm moving like Zeus. Don't be playing with my mood when I'm grooving like Zeus.
Olivia, Angie, keep it going on them.
In the sky like
get her, Rio.
I make my own rules.
Dark
I'm a god, call me Zeus. I'm hotter than Hades. For this moment now, I got it.
Thank you so much, man. Look at all of them.
Guaranteed to lose. I didn't make the game of rules, so don't play me like a fool. If you can't swim, don't be in the pool. Even though I'm hot, people telling me be cool. I'm just sitting on my throne while you looking like a goof.
Hey.
Time to let loose with the truth.
Hey,
yeah, grab your goose. Hey, little mama, let me play with your caboose. I know the ladies love me cause I'm sweet like a tooth. Player hating on the gods, please.
And slow down, and wow, you're scaring them. Thank you, Ann.
Yeah, I'm the one that they choose. You know I'm so handsome, that's why they call me Zeus.
Make sure you follow Ann, ladies and gentlemen.
Zeus.
Great
This is how I
live.
sound when I'm talking like Zeus. This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool.
Mrs. Silk, I see ya.
Don't be playing with my mood.
Keeping them honest.
Zeus.
You deserve it, Ann. You've done the work. Trust me, I know that.
I light you up like Zeus. I make my own rules. I'm a god.
I didn't hear
call
from
me
Shay
Zeus.
today. Shay, I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're doing okay,
I'm the
Shay.
god of the sky, you know what I'm saying?
All right.
Bring it down the roof.
Oh, Angel. Let's go.
Now, mine,
Sharon, thank you. I love you too. Keep up doing what you're doing.
I just want to buy
I can dance and box in the jungle like
11,000.
All right, Reggie. Let's go.
Love. One more that we have. He's
Jack Smith. He's deranged. 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 Jack Smith. Donald Trump is
Gotta go to bed earlier.
one charge and they turn it into 36 charges.
What?
And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater. And his wife is even more of a Trump hater.
Hold on. You poke the bear, you're gonna get the bear.
I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm done poking the bear.